Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeons & Dragons Podcast UK. My name is Yazmin, and I will be the DM.
Hi, my name's Colin, and I play Cuin de Greymont, a Paladin from Gavany.
Hi, I'm Spencer. I play Cadeaux, Chasseur, a Cleric also from Gavany.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I play Ogvar Surefort, a ranger from Kessig.
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I play Elora Greyvale, a sorcerer from Nephalia. Intent on inflicting injury at the least, the giant water elemental apparently has murder and mayhem on its mind. The mercenaries and merchants aboard the ferry waded into the fray, but with futile efforts merely made a meal of things, and with both spells and shots mostly going awry, our adventuring friends have not fared much better either thus far. Bringing the terrifying tsunami to bear has been protracted, and dealing a decent amount of damage has proved a difficult task. When we left, in episode 57, the tides of fortune had finally begun to turn, with the mass of swirling, salty surf beginning to show signs of slowing down at last. Episode 58, Wave Goodbye and Golden Eye.
So we rejoin mid-combat, and this massive Ogvar, with your check on nature, you assumed this was a water elemental, and a big one at that. And you've seen various scenes. You've seen several of these other mercenaries accompanying other carriages. You've seen them being knocked over, killed. One was very memorably sucked up into the whirlpools, and then drowned inside the torso of this giant water elemental as you were watched on in horror. A bit like a Nutri-Blender. And the other one was, another one very notably, was struck through the throat with an arrow which had been absorbed, one of Ogvar's arrows, and fell to the ground dead. Esther seems to be doing some decent amount of damage with her sword, slicing through the water, and you've noticed over time that this whirlpool motion inside has slowed down, and that the rate of recovery where the water is sliced open has also begun to slow down. So we rejoin in the middle of battle, in the heat of battle, with Cuin, who stood right by the starboard side of the boat.
Okay, for my first attack, I'm going to use my bastard sword, and then I'm going to do a touch attack. Okay.
Remember, you get +1 for the bliss.
That's 21.
21 and a 21. It helps if I get the book out. Oh, it does help, doesn't it?
It's overrated having the details. Just say hit. We'll believe you.
And a 21 hits, yep.
Hey!
Okay.
Smack it, Cuin.
If you're thirsty, we'll let you off.
Yeah.
11.
11 points of damage, is it? Yep.
Yeah. And
Is that with the electric eel elixir?
No, that's a touch attack.
So you're hitting with the sword, yeah.
Yeah, and then the second attack, I'm going to touch it.
Okay. Watch it out.
Right, which is only a 4, 5, okay.
Well, the second attack is the electric eel.
And that's not going to hit, that's a 9.
A 9 on the touch.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to hit. Okay, so you bring your bastard sword cleaving down, and you see this kind of action as you cut through part of its kind of this limb, this almost cudgel-like limb. You cut through it, and you see the slice, and then it just very slowly begins to kind of merge back together and kind of reform. and then as you go to touch it, it almost just kind of, with the motion of the water, it just kind of moves away and you're just not able to get a hand to it. Okay, so next up is Cadeaux. And you are on the port side of the boat.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue with the crossbow tactic.
Okie dokie.
Seems to be working.
Roll to hit.
I say that, and at 18.
18
Not
doesn't
enough.
hit. No, again, you're getting this, like where you've got the Niagara Falls and you've almost got the updraft of water as it goes plunging down. You've got this kind of effect going on where it's always like the air, the disturbance of the air around it is just pushing away your crossbow bolt. You doing anything else?
No.
No? Okay. So, top of the round, Elora. With your new improved hitting ability.
Run!
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
some spells.
Yes, after discovering that I'd been rolling that slightly wrong.
So, as a retcon here, we discovered that we've been taught how to do spells wrong. So Elora's been rolling to hit with all sorts of things which she shouldn't need to hit with. So
Yeah.
just going to rectify that one now.
Yeah.
And I would say roll to hit, but you may not need to.
Well, no, it depends on what I'm going to do. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to go with another 3rd level spell, the only one I've got. So I'm going to throw a lightning bolt out at this water elemental.
And what's the spell description on that one?
And the spell description for lightning bolt is, I don't know because I can't find it. Yay! It's here somewhere. It's stuck. Right. Okay. Hang on. Right there. Okay. Right. Okay. So I release a powerful stroke of electrical energy, dealing 1d6 points of electric damage per caster level, maximum 10d6. So I'm going to reach out with my fingers and throw this bolt towards this water elemental. It sets fire to any combustibles and damages any objects in its path.
Yeah.
But I am going to attempt to strike it directly. And yeah, it's a reflex save, 17 for half damage.
So you're about to put electricity in the water.
Yes, I like.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I like it.
I feel there should be like a drum roll
Nobody
in
else
the
is
background
nobody
building
else
up to this.
Nobody else is touching it, are they?
Well, the guy inside's already kaput,
He's not
so
going to be concerned with it, is he?
Well, I'm just thinking salt water's a conductor, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anything else touching the water is going to get the same
Well,
electric shock.
luckily we're on wood, which is an insulator.
We'll be
Yes.
fine, unless it's actually any of the water is actually. So just make sure you're not stood in a puddle.
It's doing damage either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you cast out this bolt of lightning from your fingertips, yeah?
I do.
And you all kind of see this arc and this flash, and you smell the ozone in the air as it zaps into this massive water elemental which towers over the boat, dealing, roll for it, roll your damage.
Ooh, it hit.
Yep.
Damage. 66. Okay.
I feel we should be marking this moment in some way.
66 hits.
Elora's finally hit something with a spell.
Straight.
We got some like a champagne bottle to pop or
Yeah,
something.
there should be some sort of fireworks or something.
Hang on a minute. It's the sound of dice.
If you get 3 ones.
6. Yeah. I mean,
I got a load of ones, but what is
See
it?
with it.
6, 8,
Still more than no ones.
12.
That's true.
That's 16 points of lightning
16
damage.
points of damage. Wow. Okay.
I say, Elora, that was rather good. What you been doing?
Yes, just get out of my way.
That's better than that acid shit.
Okay. So are you doing anything else?
A little dance, perhaps.
Yes. Yes.
Looking at hands. Ooh. Oh, that's what I can do.
Yes, this is quite new to Elora because this is a new spell that she's learned, and she's ooh, yeah.
Everyone roll me a spot check.
Oh shit.
Nice
Elora
spell.
has.
Are you
Elora has.
making note of the date as well? And it's inscribed onto a plaque for her.
Elora has electrocuted all of her friends. 20 all in.
20 all in.
12 all in.
12 all in.
18 to the 7th, 2022. What have I got to make?
Spot check, please.
14.
14. Okay.
16 from Elora.
Yeah. So all of you notice as these bolts of lightning make contact with this roiling mass of water, you get this very sharp scent of ozone, and you actually will notice that within this mass of water, from the very beginning of the fight, you've seen there was some kind of, obviously it's been dredged up from the river itself. You've seen kind of small fish flitting about and being tossed about. And you actually notice that some of these fish now are floating the wrong way up.
Yeah. Fried fish for dinner.
I assume the bloke in the middle of it's got
I mean, he's already dead, but I mean, you've got a bit of post-mortem twitching going on. Okay. So, next up is, unless you're doing anything else,
No, Elora's still standing on the high point on the back of the wagon.
you have the high ground.
I have the high ground.
Okay, gotta get sued now.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is Esther. Esther is going to...
Esther's in shock.
You hear from where Esther stood. She stood by this kind of gaggle of mercenaries who are all attempting to kind of smack this water elemental, and they've been having very little success so far. But you hear her voice pipe up, "Oh, golly gosh, Elora, that was excellent!"
Well, thanks. That's a new one out of my repertoire.
"Oh, well, it did quite some damage. Here I go!" And she takes a swing and hits with a 27. And does somebody want to roll me a d8?
Can do.
Yep,
I don't trust my rolls.
2.
She deals 6 points of damage to this elemental. Again, you see where she cuts through the water. It leaves a kind of, and you are noticing it's actually taking longer for these slices to heal up. And it's quite a shallow cut she's taken out of it. It's not particularly deep at all. But you've almost got where the two sides of this cut are. You can see the water kind of dripping down and almost stringing back together and building itself back up. Okay, so next up we have Ogvar.
Okay, Ogvar will swing at it with his silvered battle axe. No, silvered, it's just a masterwork, sorry. Yep.
Yep, okay, roll to hit.
It's made of silver, though, isn't it?
No, there was a traded. That is going to be 22 on the first.
And that hits.
Hey! Okay, do you want me to roll my second attack?
If you're going to go for second then,
yeah. So 22 and 8.
No, unfortunately not.
Sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so roll for damage, and that will be 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay, cool.
It's the first time I've managed to hit it.
Yep.
Was that 4 points?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you see your axe sink in, take a slice out, rinse and repeat. Same kind of thing happens with it, kind of just slowly, kind of gooping back together.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else? Are you staying?
No, I'm going to stay there.
Are you getting Murdoch involved? Doing anything?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So next up we have the bunch of NPCs. So these group of NPCs, they have been scattered like bowling pins. They got washed away from a swing of this water elemental. And last thing that happened to them was one female mercenary ended up with one of Ogvar's stray arrows through her throat. Through no fault of Ogvar, just unfortunate water elemental. And they're going to attempt to just kind of cudgel, just doing any kind of damage they can to this water elemental. I don't know why I bothered making them.
They've not done a lot of good, have they?
Natural one.
Oh, come on.
Get
Useless. Why are you happy? They're trying to help you.
It's just going to be another NPC death here, isn't it? Another one's going to get swept off.
Yeah. So as this group begins to attack and slice, they're not doing much damage at all, and actually one of them slips on some stray river weed, and you see, you hear a sickening crack as he falls over and smacks his head against the side of the boat, and he appears to fall to the floor unconscious or dead. You're not really sure of his fate here.
Well, that one's not got much in the way of sea legs.
Okay, so next up is the water elemental. And once again, it takes a slam attack. It slams towards the ship. And you've noticed over time it isn't actually targeting you. You're more of unfortunate casualties to its rampage here. It is actually targeting the ship mostly.
Okay.
So again, it's going to... I'm choosing a different dice because I don't like that one anymore. It's going to attempt to hit the ship with a... 23.
Well, I'd imagine that worked. It can't be easy to miss the ship.
No, it's not really. It hits the ship. Everyone, Cuin, Ogvar, and Esther can all make me reflex saving throws.
Okay.
21.
21.
15.
Oh,
He's on fire over there.
no, 17.
7.
I've got my armour on.
Right, okay, 17,
15.
15. Okay, so Ogvar and Cuin, you're able to kind of ground yourself. Cuin, you're able to grab onto kind of the side of the boat. Ogvar, you're able to kind of flatten yourself back against this carriage behind you and just kind of ground yourself as this giant arm of, like this giant bulk of water comes slamming into the side of the boat and just washes over the boat, over the deck. Unfortunately, Esther is not so lucky.
Mine was a 9, you didn't ask.
You're not near the front
We're
of the
not,
boat.
we're all right. You
Oh.
and me are far enough away, doesn't it?
Okie dokie then.
Are you actively trying to get your sorcerer killed?
You've just rolled 6 dice in one go. You've had your quota for that.
Yeah, but I rolled it's a good job because I rolled a nat 1 for some bonuses.
Oh dear. So yeah, Esther unfortunately doesn't manage to make her reflex save with a natural 1.
Oh dear.
She's on her arse again.
And she is swept off her feet and she is pushed back towards the middle of the ship, just kind of rolling along the floor. Yep, there we go.
Into the middle.
Yep, just
least she
pop in
stayed
the
on
middle.
the boat.
Yep, she's almost dragged under a carriage as she's just kind of blown across the floor by this wave of water. And damage is 2d10. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, 18. 25 damage. Okay, and Esther's going to take 10 of that. So Esther takes 10 damage as she's blown across the deck of the ship. And the remaining, what did I say, it was 23? Yeah, 23. Remaining 13 points of damage are kind of distributed. So the ship takes a good battering again, and you see more wood splinter off as part of the actual sideboarding collapses inwards. And the crew takes some. This group of NPCs also take another round of damage as they're once again they're pushed back and knocked over like bowling pins. Okay.
Don't fancy swimming across the river, I'll be honest.
Oh no, definitely not.
We need to finish this thing off before it ruins the boat.
Okay. So next up we have Cuin.
Same again.
Go
Same
on, big
again.
man.
Sword and touch.
Sword and touch. Okay.
22.
Hits. Yep. Roll damage.
That's 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Come on, touch him up properly this time.
And I'm going to give him a bit of a touch up.
Blow on your hands first.
Yeah, warm him up.
Yeah, it's going to miss. That's a 8.
8 and 10.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that. No, again, you've got the same kind of thing. You take a cleave and your sword cuts through, and then as soon as you go to try to go and grab it and touch it, you almost kind of slip and trip and you like whoop, like comedy style, just completely miss this massive water. Okay, you doing anything else on your turn or?
Well, I'm just going to Oh, blast! I can't touch the thing.
Okay, Cadeaux.
I'm going to try a slight change of tactic, and I'm going to cast Deific Vengeance. Deific Vengeance. Whatever you say.
Okay.
You call out to your deity, declaring your foe's crimes and asking for your deity to punish him. And it
Okay.
immediately deals 3d6 points of damage. A will saving throw halves the damage.
Okay. I want you to shout out its crimes.
You're ruining my bloody boat! I am not swimming the river.
Okay, and what's your spell save?
So that's going to be... See, now you've asked a technical question. I haven't had to do a spell save from throws yet. I can tell you what it is for turning undead.
It's 10 plus the spell level plus your casting.
Yeah, it is. So that's 10... 15.
15. Okay. 15. Rolled a 14.
Oh, that's
Oh!
When you say it's my level, is it my level or the spell's level?
No, it's the spells level.
So, doesn't matter because you didn't achieve it anyway, but... So, if I cast a second level spell as a 6th level caster...
So it's 10 plus 2 for your second level spell
Plus
plus
me
your
thinking-
wisdom modifier.
Anyway, it was a
Anyway,
14.
It managed it anyway,
Yep,
so it's
so-
3d6
yep.
damage.
So roll them dice.
10!
10 points. Woof.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Now we're in business.
Nice one, Cadeaux.
Okay. So you almost get this.
It says here you can't actually see what happens. It just happens to it.
Yeah, I mean,
So no beam comes down or anything. It just happens.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have something that you see that it would happen for you.
so to everyone's knowledge, Cadeaux has just shouted his woes to the sky, and nothing has happened.
It's just I've got angry with the sky.
We all have bad days.
Okay. So, are you doing anything else, Cadeaux? Are you moving?
No, that's
or
a standard action.
standard action. Okay. Right. So next up, top of the round, Elora.
Cross it off.
What to do? I think Elora will... That's not going to help. That's not going to help. Right. It will be... I'm going to do my favourite orb of acid.
Okay.
Ooh.
If this works, there might be a cheer.
There may be, yeah. Indeed, from myself. Right. Yeah, I'm going to cast Orb of Acid. Again, I'm going to reach out my palm, hand up, palm out, and I'm going to shoot an Orb of Acid directly at it. Deal one, a D8 worth of acid damage. There'll be 2 caster levels beyond first. How many is it? 1D8, 2. It'd be 3D8.
Okay, and that's just roll. That's not a touch attack.
Yes, it's a ranged touch attack, so I have to roll for
Okay,
that.
so roll to hit.
8, 11. No, it's a 15.
Hits.
Wow! Okay!
You're doubting yourself.
Okay. Right, so 3d8s. Anybody got any d8s?
Yeah, got one here.
I've got,
D8.
How many do you need?
One more.
Take one. Take whichever one you want.
I've got a load next to me, but I should have just... Thank you. What have I got? I can't see. 3, 7. 11. 11 points
11
of damage.
points. Okay, nice.
11 points of acid damage.
180.
For God's sake, take that!
Okay, so again, you see the same effect that happened before. You see this kind of these globs of luminous green, poisonous, kind of acidy goop strike the actual main body. And again, it's like a Nutri-Blender. It's kind of dissolved, and you notice that the actual body of this water elemental has started to turn slightly more green. It's not because it's feeling seasick, but it started to turn slightly more green. And again, you see this very noticeable decrease in rotation of the water inside. This guy is floating around in its torso. He's beginning to spin less quickly now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So next up is, unless you'll do anything else.
Get back to where you came from. Come on, guys, let's deal with this.
Okay, and next up is Esther. Esther is going to peel herself off the floor, and she's going to spend her turn spewing out seawater. This tidal water from the river, just like a.
Esther stands up and vomits.
Yeah.
I write in my notes.
Oh no, she doesn't vomit, but it's just like you know when you get water, you kind of like a fountain, like the Trevi fountain.
Trevi fountain.
She just kind of spews water out, and she's got a bit of pondweed stuck to her head, which she peels off and throws onto the deck of the ship with a splat.
Nice.
Okay, so next up is Ogvar.
Okay, he will have another swing with a battle axe, please.
Okay, roll to hit.
First attack is 25.
Hits.
Ooh.
That's a nice one.
Second one is 22.
Oh,
Hits. Nice. Okay, so roll your damage.
First one is 8. Second one is 3.
8 and a 3.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
191.
Okay. Are you doing anything else on your turn, or is that it's your full attack, isn't it?
No, I'm just at the edge of the boat, just hacking at it now.
Okay, yeah. You are starting to really notice now that when your attacks are sinking in and you're leaving these cuts, they are hanging around considerably. They are, they're no longer kind of remeshing and remelding into the main body anymore. They are kind of just kind of remaining and hanging there, just very slowly trickling back into shape. Okay, so
cool.
next up is our useless NPCs.
Oh, don't be like that.
They're trying their best.
Do you want to say that to my nat 1 again?
What again?
seriously?
Can we start rolling
I'm
for
not
these
even
fellas?
joking.
Can we start rolling for these fellas?
Yeah, well, you can roll for them if you want. Okay.
It's going to be good advertisement for us as mercenaries, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're about to get a bit of business at the end of this
Yeah,
trip.
tell Leopold.
Is she using this dice that has got all ones on every face?
I've used 3 different die.
Actually, that's a
And I've
really
had
good
nat
point.
ones out of all of them.
That's a really good point. Before this boat, if we finish this off, before this boat docks, we want to gather everybody who owns a wagon on this boat and point out what mercenaries are worth employing. Because we're the only buggers who've hit this thing.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of sackings, isn't there?
These mercenaries are, I mean, the last attack from this water elemental threw them across the floor. So as they're trying to pick themselves up, they are just slipping all over the place. They're getting tangled up with each other. Their weapons are just tangling up with each other. And they actually fail to get up off the floor, most of them, this turn. Okay, so next up is the water elemental. And it's going to attempt to hit the boat again.
Oh, these poor horses.
Yeah, the horses are champing and stamping. They're getting very wet. It's the people, the owners and the kind of carriage hands are doing a really good job of keeping them calm. And you can actually see in one of the closer wagons, one of the carriage hands has actually unhitched the horses, and he's actually moved them across to the other side of the boat. Just to get them out of the way.
I take it there's a lot of shouting and a hell of a lot of noise.
Oh, there is a ton of noise. You've got the shouting of these carriage hands shouting, merchants shouting about their wares. You've got this bunch of clowns in the corner who are just falling over, and the crash of their armour and metal as they're falling over and slipping over the boat. And this water itself is a like a roaring vortex. It's that kind of roaring sound of rushing water. And it brings down its arm once again, left arm this time, to attack the boat. And it hits everyone at the front, so Ogvar and Cuin, make me reflex saves, please.
Okay.
He goes,
21.
Ogvar, you're fine. Cuin, you're pushed back 5 foot.
Well, that's it.
Brace, Cuin, brace!
Yeah, as you kind of like stumble back, and you almost kind of have your legs washed out from underneath you. But there we go. So there we go.
How did Esther do?
Esther she's still in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of
She's safe.
just blooping out water. Okie dokie, so there we go. And again, you see that more of the decking, actually some of the decking is ripped up by the other starboard side. Some of the decking's ripped up and the planks go kind of bowling and flying across into the middle of the boat, and some of them are ripped off. And there's actually quite a few planks missing now, quite a few splintered, broken planks hanging around. The side of the boat is taking a bit of a battering. Okay, so next up, Cuin.
I'm going to smack it. Can I? Because you said I was pushed back, not on.
No, you've just been pushed back.
Just been back. So I'm going to go, oi! That's rather rude! Take this! So I'm going to try and hit him with the sword.
Okay, what it is?
25.
25, okay.
And then with my electrical attack,
Yep,
that's 13, 17.
hits. Okay, so roll your damages.
Right, first one is for the sword. That's 5.
5 points, okay.
And 1d8. At 9.
9.
Electrical.
Okay, awesome.
Another 14.
So again, you cut into the body of this water elemental. You see the same thing as Ogvar. It's trickling back together, but just very slowly now. And as you touch it and release this kind of pulse of energy from from your kind of hand after drinking this elixir, you almost see the shiver as it passes through the water. And again, you almost see this kind of stuttering of the rotational movement of this water. And again, it slows down to an incredibly lazy pace as it rotates round and through. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm just going to go, well, that's seems to be slowing down a bit here. That's rather a tingle. Well,
Okay, so Cadeaux, you're up next.
Let's go back to the crossbow. Let's fire a crossbow bolt at it to see how we get on.
Okay, roll to hit. That's right, he was just buffering.
It's alright, I just realised I forgot to put the bless in last time, but it wouldn't have made a difference. 17.
Doesn't hit. No.
All I'm doing is basically throwing crossbow bolts into the sea.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Just got to watch when they come back.
Yeah, so your bolt doesn't hit. Okay, you doing anything else on your turn, or?
I'm just going to check in with Ricky. Ricky, you right down there where the horse is?
Yeah, a bit soggy though.
Yeah, you hang in there, fella. I think we've picked the right side of the boat.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, alright, you keep your head down.
Oh, alright. Okay. Okay, so top of the round, Elora.
How close am I to where this is exactly?
So you're kind of stood on the port side of the boat. You're roughly
25, 30 feet.
25, 30 feet away from it. And it is kind of towering and looming over the boat.
There's 2 carriages between you and it.
Is it? If I went to the other end of the boat, could I actually touch it from there?
What do you mean the other end of the boat?
Well, if it's away from me, what I'm saying is, if I go to it, would I be able to lean out and actually touch it?
If she stood next to Ogvar.
I would.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean, Cuin's giving it a good old touch up from where he is.
Yeah, I've got to climb over 2 wagons to get there then.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to stay where I am. I'm going to cast. I'll cast another orb of acid because I quite like the colour.
She's on fire now.
The colour that it made as it
Or
went
she's
in.
on acid, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both on fire.
Acid. Yeah.
Okay, so roll to hit.
Yes, indeed. What was that?
6.
That was a 6. 13.
Hits.
Whey!
Okay, right, get in.
Okay, so roll your damage.
This is
Oh,
like
no,
a
it was
completely different scenario, isn't it?
It's a brand new
I feel like
Elora.
I've gone to the
She's doing
Twilight
something
Zone.
wrong all this time.
Who
Now
are you?
into the
And,
strangely Elora hitting things though.
who are you? What have you done with Elora?
Right. That was rubbish. That's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
So,
Just have a
Yep.
diddly pencil.
so she chucks this orb of acid out, and it's it's like yes as it hits.
Yeah. So again, you get these globs of violently green acid acid which strike the body, and it's now starting to turn a very pale turquoise colour.
She's feeling quite pleased with herself.
Oh, Laura, keep eating those pastries. Whatever those pastries have done.
Yeah, we're going to have to visit that place again.
Magic pastries.
Iron Fort pastries.
Okay, are you doing anything else?
She thought about having a pastry as a quick break, but then thought again. No, she's just staying exactly where she is.
Can you
Okay.
see Big Bad John from where she is?
Yes, you'd probably be near Big Bad John.
Actually, she's going to say one thing. She's going to shout down the boat and say, "For God's sake, get off your ass and do something! You're all useless!"
Harsh.
Necessarily cruel.
Manages to hit a couple of times. And she
I
gets all
assume
bossy.
she's talking to the Japs down there who are being slightly less effective than her teammates.
Oh, that's all right. I say.
Okay, so next up we have Esther. Esther's going to rejoin the fray. So she rushes up towards this elemental.
What the...
Exit stage left Spencer.
Was that just his...
That's because I'm sweating like a barbarian in a spelling test.
It's the effects of that divine retribution coming into
Yeah.
play.
Was that him falling off the chair, or just his headphones
No, just my
disappearing?
headphones decided to ping off the top of my head.
Okay, so
Chin strap.
Yeah, I have to.
Oh, God. Fashion faux pas.
Esther's going to attack.
Yes, Esther's going to run up and take a slice again.
Oh, God.
Screaming a very Esther-like battle cry of, "You bog off, you bastard!" And she hits.
Hey!
Yeah.
Go, Esther!
Somebody want to roll me a d8?
Okay.
Go on, Cuin, you've been rolling big numbers.
I rolled a 7.
Oh,
Hey!
Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. She deals 11 points of damage
Very nice.
excellent.
as she strikes into this elemental, which she kind of almost, it's not a horizontal slash this time, it's a vertical slash. And you see this kind of big vertical slash open up down its arm and just kind of gape open. Okay, so next up we have Ogvar.
Okay, yeah, Ogvar's just planted himself solid and he's just hacking away at it.
Hack away. Roll
Like
to
it's
hit.
a tree.
Not so brilliant, that's going to be 17.
17. Okay, that doesn't hit.
No, and the next one will be
21.
21.
Hits.
Hey!
Roll damage.
5.
5 points of damage.
Yay.
Nice. Okay. So again, you see this kind of cut open up next to it, and you've actually got quite a decent collection of cuts in the water in front of you, which your oldest kind of ones are just starting to kind of close over now, but you're just making fresh ones as soon as they disappear.
Okay, I'll turn to Cuin and say, keep hacking, I think we're making some progress.
Yes, it's a lot of fun hitting things, isn't it? Well,
I'm starting to see your side of things.
Okay, so are you doing anything else?
No, I'll just shout that over to Cuin, and that's about it.
Okay. NPCs, angered by your statement, Elora, they're going to
Go
attempt to
on.
get themselves up,
It's got to be.
and they're going to roll again, see if they're actually effective.
Go on.
And with a 4, they're not very. They just about managed to get themselves to their feet at this point. And they are a mess, a sodden mess of half-dropped weapons, battered egos, and just general incompetence.
Laura's going to raise her hands to the gods at this point and oh, Avacyn.
When we get to Selhoff, I think we might offer some training courses
We
for a bit
could,
of extra cash.
we could
How to
certainly
handle
make
your
some
weapon
extra...
for dummies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can make some extra coin out of
Yeah,
that.
hitting water for dummies. I mean,
Okay, so next up is this elemental, and again, as it raises its arm up in this big swinging motion, you notice it's very slow to raise its arm, and it's roaring, and you get this roaring sound of water and echoing, like the deep water crashing, and it brings its arm down, and
Nat 20.
It's just done an awful lot of damage.
It just
Oh, what?
Yep. That's confirmed the critical.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh no.
she's using a different dice for
There's
this.
going to be multiple ferries in a minute.
As long as it doesn't sink, because poor old Ogvar can't swim.
Oh.
Where's that one?
I say, I can't remember.
Oh, is it you just don't like water?
I just don't like water.
Oh, I thought you couldn't swim.
No, doesn't like it. It's me and you who need to be worried.
Well,
Metal armour.
yeah, I'm reasonably okay because my really heavy armour got broken, so I'm wearing the slightly lighter stuff.
As a ranger, I'm proficient in swimming.
Okay.
Oh, swim is a thing. Look,
Yes, it's an actual skill. Okay.
it's not what I've got, but it is an actual skill.
So, Cuin,
Yes.
you take 25 points of damage.
Woo!
Okay.
Ogvar, you take 25 points of damage.
Oh, heck, that's a lot.
Esther takes 25 points of damage.
Well, I need to get my calculator out to figure this one out. 25, was it?
Yep.
Cool.
Ooh,
Esther took some before as well.
Yeah, she did.
Ooh. Ooh, heck.
But we don't know that. Well, we kind of do.
Well, we saw her get hit.
Yeah.
How does Esther look?
Yeah, she
One
looked.
second. And this group and gaggle of mercenaries who are stood,
Oh, sod them.
I say stood, they're vaguely stood. You see 3 of them get plucked up into this slow-moving vortex of water with the motion of the swing. As it comes from the left, 3 of these mercenaries are brought up into the rotational movement of the arm, and as it completes a swing and flings up with a flourish at the end, you see them be released from the end of this vortex and fly 50 foot into the air before disappearing from sight and travelling and splashing down in the water.
People pay a fortune for that at water parks.
A butterfly just fluttered by.
And so did the mercenaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are screaming as they go, as they hit down into the water.
Was there any tuck, pike, twist, somersault?
With more of a belly flop or a backbreaker.
It's not worth getting my scoring cards out then.
Possibly not. As this almighty swing, and you feel the ferry rock with the movement. And Elora, you're stood up on a carriage, aren't you?
I am.
And Cadeaux, you're by the side. Both of you can make me dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Dex saving throws. What is my dex?
Dex or reflex?
Reflex, sorry.
Oh.
Saving. So, sorry, if I say saving throw, it's a saving throw.
21 all in.
21, okay.
I'm balancing on top of my cargo. Like any good cleric would.
That's a 21 all in as well.
Okay, so
Very nice.
Well done, the magic casters.
yeah. So Elora, as this motion, the rocking stood up on top of the carriage moves as well, and you're able to kind of drop down to a knee to retain your balance. And Cadeaux, you're able to grab onto the side, the port side of the boat to just kind of stabilise yourself.
And I will just mention at this point that I actually, for the first time, people, remembered to use my +1 to all saving throws from my cloak of resistance that I have been wearing right from the beginning.
Miracles do exist. I mean, it's,
like a
it's
whole
a day of
Elora.
miracles, isn't it?
It's
She's
like
hitting
we're
things.
playing with a different person.
Elora's had an epiphany.
Okay. So it's done some decent damage to the boat. You can see kind of gouge marks across the deck of the ship, this remaining decking. You can see gouge marks where arrows have dragged through rocks, bits of sediment which have been brought up from the bottom of the river when it first formed, have just kind of dragged through. And you can also see some really heavy, deep kind of gouge marks where, as you watch this swing come down, the actual body of this drowned mercenary has almost floated to the hand, and it's like kind of gouged along the floor. And when you see him floating once more in the torso of this water elemental, you can see that his limbs, in addition to being drowned, his body has now been smashed against the deck of the ship, and he's got kind of broken limbs, and you can see bone poking out, and the water in its torso is beginning to be muddied with blood.
He's not having as good a day as Elora, is he?
Okay,
Bless him.
so next up, bless him, he was useless. So next up is Cuin.
No. Okay. Same again.
Same again, okay.
Sword and touch. That's 20, that's not going to hit.
Not going to hit.
And touch is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
20 does hit, yes, sorry. So roll the damage on that one.
That's 4.
4, okay, 4 points of damage, nice. So again, you see there's almost like this kind of ripple pass through the water where you manage to get a hand on and get a touch on. Okay, so are you doing anything else on your turn?
I have one spell where I can touch myself for so many points of. Would
Yep,
that be
you-
my
you-
movement? Yeah. Or would that be an actual action?
I think it counts as a bonus, so...
A bonus?
What's that, lay on hands?
Lay on hands, yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's bonus.
Yeah, but I'm going to do that and
Yeah.
have all of them.
Okay, so you get back, is it 10? Or is it more now?
It's 6.
Okay, so...
Still 6, isn't it?
yeah, with 6 points, so you get 6 points back.
I need them.
Okay, so, are you doing anything else?
No, that'll do, thank you.
Okay, so Cadeaux, you are up next.
I'm pissed. So,
Are you Rowan?
no, I'm not happy that my god hasn't done what my god respects. So I'm going to plead for vengeance again.
Okay, and you are going to... oh dear, he's brought out the holy symbol.
The holy symbol is out because I'm going to kneel on whatever it is I'm on. Some sort of crate, I assume.
Yeah, I think you were just on the deck by the side.
Two hands. We're going two-handed. It's not often I go two-handed, but I'm going two-handed up to the sky, and I'm going to declare with all my heart, Avacyn, rid me of this watery foul beast!
Okay.
So, with that,
Okay, so the will save on that was a
15.
with a 9.
Oh,
You deal full damage.
Here we go.
excellent.
And we're going 12 points of damage this time.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, my god.
As you scream
240.
your plea to the sky on your knees with your holy symbol held aloft, nothing happens. Until all of a sudden, with a deathly roar, this water elemental just collapses, and you feel the weight of the water drop back down into the river, and the ferry rocks with the force of it.
Not another reflex.
And everyone can make a reflex
yeah,
save,
knew that was coming.
You
with the
had to-
exception of Cadeaux.
You had to remind her.
Oh, with the exception of the god lover.
Yeah.
Reflex save, was it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh no, I'm the worse than you.
I wonder how they've done.
15, you're fine.
It's one less than 2.
Oh my god.
That's the 12 from Elora.
Okay, so both Ogvar and Elora, you both take
Oh dear.
Am I actually going to take some damage here? Wow.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. Elora, as you fall off the top of the wagon you're on, and Ogvar, as you slip forward and just kind of bang your head onto the starboard railings.
Ow.
Okay,
Not the first time I've fallen off a wagon. Ow!
and with that, combat is over, and Cuin, you get this lovely, warm, fuzzy feeling wash over you.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I feel great. What were you doing headbutting the side there, Ogvar? You alright?
He's gonna like headbutt his owner. I don't like boats.
So, Cadeaux, you also get this warm feeling.
Oh, do I
flush
see?
through, yeah. So, yeah, both of you do.
Esther, are you alright? And Laura's just scrabbling to her feet.
Oh, I'm absolutely spiffing. Look at you go.
Right. Okay.
And she hustles over towards these fallen mercenaries and she starts cheering them. Up, get up. Come on, no point lazing around. Up you get.
Fair
I'm gonna
dues.
Turn to Ogvar still and go. I think the bolts had a bit too much damage already, so I'd stop headbutting it. You don't know, you know.
So I'm going to stand up on my wagon
Yeah.
and shout, merchants, mercenaries, all. I believe we should be thankful to Avacyn, who has dealt with this horrific evil. I will be taking a brief collection of items that you may wish to donate in thanks for our salvation. And I'm going to take a wander around the boat with my collection plate out.
God.
In the name of Avacyn.
I'm going to say that's going to be a charisma check.
Excellent, good.
If this was 5e, he'd get some extra points for that, wouldn't he?
He would get inspiration.
Inspiration for that one.
Charisma check.
You don't have advantage on it.
There's no such thing in this, is there? Oh, just straight charisma. I'm looking up the list for something clever. It's just straight charisma, isn't it?
Just straight charisma.
Is it not a diplomacy check?
No, we're going to make a... You're not trying to bargain for anything. I'm just going to...
All right, okay.
People are going to believe you.
Oh, they are with a 20.
A natural 20.
No, it's a 17 plus 3.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean... oh, God.
Oh, free stuff.
There are... Once you've made your way round the boat... there are 18 gold pieces.
I'm going to give these all to you, Cuin, so start writing.
23 silver pieces. 65 copper. A fake eyeball.
A fake eyeball?
Yep. Fake eyeball.
Glass?
Could be ivory.
Ceramic.
Ceramic, okay.
Oh God, what else? I don't know. You've really thrown me with that one. you honest to God.
No, Avacyn. Honest to Avacyn, I think you're fine.
I mean, there were some other bits and bobs that people thrown in, like a carved bit of bone, kind of small personal items if they haven't had the cash to spare. I mean, even Leopold chucks in a gold coin with a wry smile as you go past, shaking your collection.
Here you go, Cuin.
Vengeance.
So, Cuin, a small collection. Next time we find a shrine or something, I think we should be thankful to Avacyn who dealt the final blow. You lot over there who's sitting down and being useless, you might be able to help fix the boat, because I reckon we're going to need to... Elora, you know more about boats than me. Can you organise a repair party?
Yeah, I'll see what I can...
Because it looks to me like the starboard side's pretty shagged.
Yeah. It's not pretty, is it? No,
it's not how it started, that's for sure.
No, well, this is the only... I take it this is the only ferry that goes across. Leopold, is this the only ferry that goes across? Have they got spare?
Yeah, no, not many people have spare ferries. It's not exactly a thing you can shove in your pocket, is it?
No, well, this is going to need some real repairs done.
Have the crew reappeared?
Are they still down below?
You as things have started to calm down and they hear the chinking of the collection tray going round, you do notice that some of the crew members have reappeared, the doors opened and they've kind of reappeared and they're kind of stood around in dismay looking at the damage that's been wrought on the ferry. A couple of them have come up to you and given their thanks and given a small prayer to Avacyn and popped whatever they've got in their pockets into your collection tray.
Excellent, snotty hanky, just what I wanted.
Can
we get this boat moving again, guys?
Oh yes, please. Sooner the better.
Yeah, they give you a general kind of rundown. They go, yeah, we should be able to get it moving. Just need to get the chain working again. 5 minutes maybe.
Right, do you need any help? I've got a whole hope of people over here who are in need of gainful employment post having done nothing before.
I think if we could get a bit of patchwork done on that starboard side, I think that might be the best thing.
Yeah, I've already got my boat specialist on that.
Yeah, Elora's busy wandering up and down, just gathering some fairly hefty-looking guys that are knocking around.
We've got some spare planks downstairs for running repairs. There's some tacks and stuff, so help yourselves. I'll go get it moving again.
Cool.
Excellent.
Right, so Elora's rustled up some people, some hefty-looking guys off some of the other wagons and whatnot, and said to them, right, plied them into service. So everybody's carrying planks and bits and pieces around.
People are just kind of trying to get themselves back together. You've got merchants who are ordering their carriage hands to kind of sort the horses out, try and dry the horses with some kind of spare Hessian sacks. brush them over, make sure they're not actually injured, look them over. Some others are commanding their carriage boys to check the goods, check the products, make sure they're still sealed, so if they're carrying stuff like grains, it's not got soggy and wet. And they're just kind of generally trying to clean up the pieces, pick up their wares, and again you've got these kind of burly guys you've got ordered into some kind of fashion. You're busy kind of commanding them to patch up the boat and carry this here, carry that there. It's just everyone on the ship is now on the boat is now on a general clean-up operation.
With a whole raft of repairs required, Elora rallied all of the able-bodied on board to aid in the fixing of the ferry with whatever they had to hand. Meanwhile, our canny Cleric intervened with impromptu collection plate, persuading the stunned survivors to part with their purse and pocket contents for the greater good.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Having you as a listener means everything to us. So, whichever streaming service you choose to listen to us with, please give us a like, subscribe and follow. We would love for you to join us on our Facebook or Twitter page, where you can catch up with all of our latest news. While you're waiting for the next episode of Secrets of the Silver City, why not pop over to our website, where you can read all of the information about this campaign, from backstories to setting. All of the links are in the bio of this episode. Join us again next week for the next instalment. Thank you for listening.